Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. In today's episode, I would like to direct your attention to two replies that were submitted by the Media Coalition on June 8th, 2023 in Idaho versus Koberger. And one is a reply to the responses in opposition to cameras in the courtroom. The other is a reply to the responses in opposition to the motion to set aside the non-dissemination order. So we see the Media Coalition is really working hard to try to get press coverage of this case. A reply, again, it's a third filing in a series. So they came into the case in early May and they filed the motion to set aside the non-dissemination order. We have the state of Idaho and the defense in a rare situation where they are on the same side. They do not want this non-dissemination order set aside. They want things kept secret in this case. And so now the third paper is the reply brief where Ms. Olson, on behalf of the intervenors, aka the Media Coalition, comes back. This is going to be the final bite of the apple that anybody gets, a reply, and they only can address what's in the response. They can't go back from the beginning. They are limited. I mean, they should be. Sometimes you'll see parties that will go outside the scope and introduce new things. But what they're doing here is they are really just replying to the response. They continue to say that the First Amendment is being violated. Freedom of the press is being violated by this gag order that they say is way overly broad. It is vague. It goes too far, and it needs to be set aside. And one comment that Ms. Olson makes here that really caught my attention that I thought was interesting is she says that both the state and Mr. Koberger keep driving home the point that there's like this avalanche of press coverage, which no doubt there has been a lot of press coverage here. This case garnered a lot of attention from the time that the crimes occurred through the arrest and through pretrial. So I cannot argue regarding that. But what the Media Coalition is saying is just because a case gets a lot of attention from the media doesn't make that fact, the amount of the press, prejudicial. It does not in and of itself violate Mr. Koberger's Sixth Amendment right to an unbiased jury. And as we've said before, as we're going back and forth and discussing the various filings here, that's the rub. It's between the First Amendment, freedom of the press, and the Sixth Amendment, freedom